Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 2nd of November 2023. Essence. Sweet children, make yourselves ever free from disease with the medicine of remembrance. Instill the habit of remembrance and of spinning the discus of self-realization, and you will become conquerors of sinful actions. Question. What is the sign of the children who are constantly concerned about their progress? Answer. Every act of theirs will always be on the basis of shrimat. The father's shrimat is, children, don't be body conscious. Keep a chart of your pilgrimage of remembrance. Keep a record of your account of profit and loss. Check for how long you stayed in remembrance of Baba and for how long you explained to others. Song. You are the ocean of love. We thirst for one drop from you. Om Shanti. When you sit here, you have to sit in remembrance of the Father. Because you are body conscious, Maya does not allow many of you to stay in remembrance. Some remember their friends and relatives, whereas others remember food and drink, etc. When you come here, invoke the Father just as they invoke Lakshmi when they worship her. However, she doesn't really come. Whether you say remember the Father or invoke Him, it is the same thing. It is by remembering, it is by having remembrance that your sins will be absolved. You are not able to imbibe this knowledge because you have committed many sins. This is also why you are not able to remember the Father. The more you remember the Father, the more you will become conquerors of sinful actions and the more healthy you will become. It is very easy, yet Maya and sins of the past prevents you. The Father says, for half a cycle you have been remembering me inaccurately. You invoke him in a practical way when you know that he is going to come and speak a Murli. However, this habit of remembrance must be instilled. In order to make you free from disease, the surgeon gives you medicine. Remember me, then you will come to meet me. You will attain your inheritance by remembering me. Remember the Father and the sweet home. Keep it in your intellects, the place you are to return to. Only the Father comes here and gives you the true message. No one else can give you God's message. Others come down here onto the stage to play their parts. They forget who God is. They don't know God. In fact, they cannot be called messengers. It was human beings who gave them that name. They come down here to play their parts. So how would they remember Him? While playing their parts, they have to become impure. Then at the end, they have to become pure. It is the Father who comes and makes them pure. You become pure by remembering the Father. The Father says, there is only one way to have purification. Forget all your bodily relations, including your own bodies. You know, I, a soul, have been given the order to have remembrance. By following this order, you will be called obedient. The more effort you make in this, the more obedient you become. If you have less remembrance, it means that you are less obedient. It is the obedient ones who claim a high status. The Father's order is, remember me, your Father, and secondly, imbibe this knowledge. If you do not stay in remembrance, you will have to endure a great deal of punishment. You will receive a great deal of wealth if you continue to spin the discus of self-realization. God speaks, remember me, and spin the discus of self-realization, that is, understand the beginning, the middle, and the end of the drama. Recognize me and understand from me the beginning, the middle, and the end of the cycle. These are the two main aspects. You have to pay attention to these. If you pay full attention to shrimat, you will claim a high status, become ones with merciful hearts, and show the path to everyone, bring benefit to them. Create a method to take all your friends and relatives on this true pilgrimage. Those are physical pilgrimages, whereas this is a spiritual pilgrimage. No one else has the spiritual knowledge. All of their knowledge is just the philosophy of the scriptures. This is spiritual knowledge. The Supreme Spirit gives this knowledge in order to explain to the spirits, and He then takes them back home. When some children come and sit here, it is just for the sake of it. They have no concern for their own progress. They have a great deal of body consciousness. If they were to become soul conscious, they would be merciful and follow Srimat. They are not obedient. The Father says, keep a chart of how long you stayed in remembrance and at what times you stayed in remembrance. Previously, you used to keep a chart. Achcha, even if you don't send your chart to Baba, at least keep it with you. Look at your face and see if you have become worthy of claiming Lakshmi. Business people keep their accounts. Some people keep an account of their whole day's activity. It is as though they have the hobby of writing it. It is very good to keep an account of how long you stayed in remembrance of Baba and for how long you explained to others. If you keep such a chart, you can make a lot of progress. The Father gives you advice about what you should do. You children have to make your own progress. Those who are to become the beads of the rosary have to make a great deal of effort. Baba has said that the rosary of Brahmins cannot be created now. It will only be created at the end, when the rosary of Rudra is created. The beads of the rosary of Brahmins keep changing. Those who are in the third or fourth number today become the last ones tomorrow. There is such a difference. Some fall and become degraded. They don't just fall out of the rosary, they go and become cremators for the subjects. If you want to be threaded in the rosary, you have to make a great deal of effort. Baba gives you very good advice on how to make self progress. Baba says this to everyone. Even someone who is dumb can remind others of the Father with a signal. He can go even higher than those who are able to speak. Someone who is blind or crippled can claim a status higher than those who are healthy. A signal is given in a second. Liberation in life in a second has been remembered. As soon as you belong to the Father, you certainly do receive the inheritance, but the status you receive is purely number wise. As soon as a child is born, he receives the right to his inheritance. Here, all of you souls are males, and so you have to claim from the Father a right to the inheritance. Everything depends on your efforts, but it would then also be said that you made the same efforts in the previous cycle too. This is boxing with Maya. The Pandavas fight with Maya, Ravan. Some make effort and become the masters of the world with a double crown, whereas others become maids and servants of the subjects. All are studying here. A kingdom is being established. Baba's attention is definitely drawn to the leading beads. It is understood from their efforts how much progress the 8 beads are making. It is not that he knows the secrets of everyone's heart or that he reads what is happening inside everyone. No. To be Jani Jananhar means to know everything. It is not that he knows everything in each one's heart. Jani Jananhar means to be knowledgeful. He knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. It is not that he would sit and read what is in the heart of each one. Do you think I am a thought reader? I am Jani Jananhar, that is, knowledgeful. The past, present, and future are called the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. I know the repetition of this cycle, how it repeats. I come to teach you children this knowledge. Each one of you can understand how much service you do and to what extent you study. It is not that Baba sits and knows what is inside each one of you. Baba would not sit and do that business. He is the knower of all secrets. He is the knowledgeful seed of the human world tree. He says that he knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of the human world and its main actors. The rest is creation. The rest of creation is limitless. The word Jani Jananhar, one who knows all secrets, is very old. I teach you all the knowledge that I have, but I would not sit all day and watch what you do. I come to teach you easy knowledge and yoga. The father says, I have many children. I reveal myself to the children. All my business is with the children. I am the father of those who become my children. Only I can understand whether that child is a real one or a stepchild. Each one is studying. You should act on the basis of shrimat and become benefactors. You children understand the day of the Lord of the tree as the day of the Lord of Jupiter. As well as being Shiva, he is the Lord of the tree. The two are one and the same. Children start school on the Thursday, day of Sadguru, and so that is like adopting a guru, their teacher. For example, Monday is the day of Somnath, Lord of Nectar, and so Shiv Baba gives you nectar to drink. In fact, his name is Shiva, but because he teaches you, he is called Somnath. Somnath is also called Rudra. He creates the sacrificial fire of knowledge of Rudra, and so he becomes the one who gives this knowledge. He has been given many names, and an explanation is given to each one. Only this one yajna has continued from the beginning. No one knows that everything of the whole old world no one knows that everything of the whole old world is going to be sacrificed into the sacrificial fire. All human beings and everything else, including the elements, will be transformed. You children are going to see this. You have to become Mahavirs, brave warriors, in order to see it. No matter what happens. No matter what happens, you must not forget Baba. Human beings will continue to cry out in distress. First of all, explain to everyone. Just think, in the golden age, there was just the one Bharat. There were very few human beings and there was only one religion. Now, at the end of the Iron Age, there are so many religions. For how long will this continue? The Golden Age will definitely come after the Iron Age. Now, who would establish heaven? Only the one Father is the Creator. There is the establishment of the Golden Age and the destruction of the Iron Age. That destruction is standing in front of you. You have now received the knowledge of the past, present, and future from the Father. You have to spin the discus of self-realization. Remember the Father and the Father's creation. This is such an easy thing. Song, you were the ocean of love. On the picture it is written ocean of knowledge, ocean of bliss, but you must definitely add the words ocean of love. The Father's praise is totally unique. By saying that He is omnipresent, they finish His praise. Therefore the words ocean of love must definitely be written. This is the love of the unlimited Mother and Father. It is of His that they say, through your mercy we receive limitless happiness. But they don't know this. Now the Father says, by knowing me, you will come to know everything. Only I explain the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. It is not just a question of one birth, because He knows the past, present, and future of the whole world. So, how much should enter your intellect? Those who do not become soul conscious cannot imbibe this knowledge. Body consciousness has continued for half Body consciousness has continued for the whole cycle. Even in the golden age, there is no knowledge of God. You forget the knowledge of God. When you come down here to play your parts, you do understand that a soul sets a body and takes another. But there is no question of sorrow there. The Father's praise is that He is the ocean of knowledge and the ocean of love. The one drop is Manmana Bhav and Madhyaji Bhav. By receiving this drop, you are able to go across the ocean of poison into the ocean of milk. People say that rivers of milk and ghee flow in heaven. All of that is just the praise. How can there be rivers of milk and ghee? After a rainfall, only water would flow. Where would ghee come from? That is just an intoxication of the richness there. You also understand what is known as heaven. Although there is a model of heaven in Ajmer, no one knows anything. You can explain to anyone that they will understand very quickly. Just as the Father has the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world, in the same way, this should spin in the intellects of you children too. You have to give the Father's introduction. You have to relate His praise accurately. His praise is limitless. Not everyone can be the same. Each one has received his own part. As you go further, you will see happening in the practical way whatever Baba showed you happening in divine visions. He continues to give you visions of establishment and destruction. Arjuna was also granted visions which he later saw happening in a practical way. You too will see destruction with your practical eyes. You have had visions of paradise. Those visions will come to the those visions will come to an end when you go there in a practical way. Very good things are being explained, which you children have to explain to others. Brothers and sisters, come and claim your inheritance from Baba through this knowledge and yoga. Baba is correcting the invitation letter. At the bottom, he signed it. We were present on godly service, using our minds, bodies, and wealth for this task. As time goes by, there will be praise. Those who claim their inheritance as cycle ego will definitely come. However, you do have to make effort. Then your degree of happiness will gradually rise, and that happiness will remain stable, and you will not wilt again and again. Many storms will come, but you have to overcome them. Continue to follow Shrimat. Also, stay in connection with others. Until you give Baba the proof of some service, Baba cannot engage you fully in this service. Achcha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and we spiritual children also says namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. First, pay full attention to Srimat and bring benefit to yourself and others. Be merciful and enable everyone to go on this true pilgrimage. Second, follow every order the Father gives you. Definitely keep a chart of your remembrance and service. spin the discus of self-realization. Blessing. May you be a knower of all secrets, Rajyukt, tactful, Yukti-yukt, and an embodiment of yoga, Yog-yukt, and please the Lord with your honest heart. May you be a knower of all secrets, Rajyukt, tactful, Yukti-yukt, and an embodiment of yoga, Yog-yukt, and please the Lord with your honest heart. BapDada's titles are Dilwala, the conqueror of hearts, and Dilaram, the comforter of hearts. The Lord is pleased with those who have honest hearts. Those who remember the Father with their heart easily become the point form. They especially become worthy of receiving the Father's blessings. According to the time and with the power of truth, their heads work in a yukti-yukt manner, and they automatically do everything accurately. You have pleased God, and so every thought, word, and action of yours are accurate. Such a soul becomes Raj Yukt, Yukti Yukt, and Yog Yukt. Slogan. Remain constantly immersed in the Father's love, and you will be saved from many types of sorrow and deception. Remain constantly immersed in the Father's love, and you will be saved from many types of sorrow and deception. Achcha. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.